name is Flaming Chu and I am the MC for the evening. A little bit about myself. I'm a shipbroker and I help clients to source for ships to transport their cargo such as turbines, pipes, sulfur pellets between countries. In addition, I also have a side business where I help people to convert their spending into earnings. I'm also a member of ASPS, short for the Association of Singapore Professional Speakers. ASPS was founded in 2004, about 16 years ago, by a group of former Toastmasters who had achieved much in mastering public speaking in a Toastmasters setting. To take the next step and transform themselves into professional speakers, they registered ASPS as a non-profit organization with the Registry of Societies. Many of the founding members are still with us, pursuing their dreams of becoming professional speakers in their own way and helping members in their journey as well. At ASPS, we have modules to develop ourselves as professional speakers. To be a proficient speaker, we have an array of tools to enhance our presentation skills using modern technology. To create our own personal branding, we have personal branding tools to create credibility. We are constantly improving upon what we have and are expanding the number of modules to equip our members with new skills. In terms of communication, we make use of technology to communicate with our members, to bring them up to speed on the latest information, events, and happenings in ASPS. With our own website, Slack channel, Facebook page, and WhatsApp chat group, our members will always be in the know. We hold monthly meetings where a speaker will give a keynote speech for about 20 to 30 minutes, followed by a question and answer session, after which we will critique or evaluate the entire presentation. This is aimed to help one another to improve our skills to reach the next level of our development. For the keynote speech, members can talk about anything about their business, their personal ideas, or their personal interests, or share their ideas with the audience. Having shared the history of ASPS, I shall briefly go through today's program. In a while, we have a 20 minutes keynote speech, followed by a 10 minutes question and answer session, and a 10 minutes critique and evaluation of the keynote speech, followed by a feedback session where we ask our guests for their valuable comments before we wrap up. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Our speaker has worked for more than 25 years in secretarial, business development, and marketing in the manufacturing sector before she set up her own florist business in 2003. She is an active retiree and a lifelong learner with many passions, including singing, cooking, gardening, and more. She learned how to set up a home-based garden and learn new recipes for cooking from the internet. She has been involved in the Rotary and Toastmasters movements for 2 decades, and she is a distinguished Toastmaster. She is currently serving as the chair for Fuchun Primary School Advisory Board. She is also a member of Nee Soon South, CCMC, and Marketing Director 1 of the Association of Singapore Professional Speakers. She is a founding member of ASPS. Our keynote speaker will be speaking on organic gardening, my haven of joy, a timely and relevant and timely topic as Singapore aims to produce 30% of its food supply by 2030. Our keynote speaker will share with us the benefits of growing vegetables, fruits, and herbs. You can also save the environment by recycling many items like plastic containers, bottles, and cans. These items can be used to plant the seeds. Banana peels, eggshells, tea bag, and garden trash can be used to make compost. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Susan Wong to give her keynote presentation. Over to you, Susan.
Flaming, for the wonderful introduction.
Hello, Susan. Welcome to my humble house.
When it comes to organic gardening, Susan Wong has a story to tell from her home backyard.
When I was a little girl, I used to go jogging in the parks, at the reservoir. And when I grow up, I also go to Bishan Park to to take a look at the therapeutic garden and the community gardens to learn how people plant fruits, herbs, and vegetables. So this has inspired me to actually learn how to set up an organic garden.
Every edge of a home is filled with flora and vegetable greens. Is this the Thai lemongrass that you're talking
Yes,
about?
correct. It's used for making tom yum soup. And that is the best part of my house, where it has sufficient sunlight, which is very important. There are also things like to consider, like water resources. It's near the kitchen, so no problem. When it rains, I don't have to water the plant, but when it doesn't rain, then I will start watering the plant. For a newbie, I'm very new. It's actually trial and error. But I took tips, advice from experienced people. There is also the soil condition. The back garden soil is actually clay soil, but I also plant using potted containers. So that one I use pot soil, plus fertilizer and also compost. This is the place where I grew all from seeds. You can see I have grow bags, and I have also this actually toilet roll coils, which I use to put the pot soil and plant the seed inside. It's recycling. You can see this is spinach grown from herbs, and these are rosemary, herbs, and mint. And these are tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. So this place, why is there a netting? Because when they are young seeds, you need to prevent the insect from coming in. So I covered it with a netting until it's a little grown. This structure is constructed so I can grow bitter gourds. Bitter gourds also needs to climb. You know, they are climbers, so they need a lot of areas, and they actually grow very fast, you know. When I grow, you know, certain fruits and vegetables, the leaves got infected. So what do? I start searching, and I found the answer. I can use neem oil to spray on the leaf. And there were ants crawling, mini grasshopper, and I saw holes on the leaves. So I went to Daiso and bought some ant insecticide. These are all safe on the ground. In other words, I just place it on the soil. For floral arrangement, we learn design techniques, we learn how to make structures, we learn color harmony. So you can see from some of the photos or slideshows that I have made that structures are being put up and created from natural twigs. I did it on a trial and error, and it's hard work. Remember, hard work. But you'll be handsomely paid when it's harvest time.
And for Susan, the harvest that she reaps has truly made her organic garden a haven of joy.
Very well done.
I must thank Suzanne for helping me with the technical part of it.
We will now go to the Q&A session. Well, first and foremost, thank you very much for sharing with us or giving us a tour of your garden and sharing with us tips on how to grow fruits and vegetables. Lots of takeaways that I could that I wrote down when I saw the video. So right now we're in this 10-minute question and answer session. Ladies and gentlemen, please unmute yourself and pose a question directly to Susan, or if you're shy, you can use your digital hand to raise, or you can type it in the chat group. So whilst waiting for the question to come in, I have one question for you, Susan.
Yes.
I've seen your garden and it's so beautiful. And not only the garden that I've seen in video, I've also seen photographs of your work. You can't, in a video you said that you're a newbie, but it doesn't show. The fruits that appear in your garden doesn't show that it is the work of a newbie. When do you start gardening?
Oh, actually, it was during the COVID-19 period, you know, when we were more or less locked up at home. I have to look for things to do. So I thought about it, you know, why not do gardening? And I have always loved nature. So that inspired me to start searching the web and then start looking around where I can get help to get some tips and look at my house, my garden, what can I plant and where can I plant it. So that is the foundation of how this garden was created.
It's nice, 8 to 9 months. And we have seen beautiful results.
I agree with you.
Fingers.
In fact, my helper helped me a lot because I also suffered from a injured ankle. So the tough part of it, my helper helped me with the soil mixing and all that. But the maintenance and the purchases and the watering and the choice, what to do, plant, together we make it happen.
Lovely. That's very nice. I have one question from Chai Toon. He wants to know how you make compost. Perhaps you can walk us through the process.
Oh, this is a question most asked. Jimin asked me before. In fact, if you were to surf the website, there are many tips on how to make compost. There are many ways you can make it. Usually, they have a combination of greens and browns. Greens means the fallen green leaves or vegetables, waste, and the brown mean twigs, dried leaves and vegetable. It mix them together, with the soil and let it ferment, and you can use it. This is one way. Another one is, the fruit peels.
Yep.
The very popular fruit peels is your banana peel. You don't throw it away. You dried it under the sun. And then the orange peel also the same, you wash it, dry it, and then you cut it into pieces. You mix with water for about 2-3 days, let it settle. Then after that, you sprinkle onto the plants. It gives a lot of nutrients and vitamins. And there's another one by using egg. You know, you can mix egg with even the food waste, and you have also tea and coffee bags. You can actually put them together in the soil, and these are some of the things that I use. Besides ordering ready-made one, if you don't want to dirty your hand, you go to the garden. They sell compost, different types of mix, organic, non-organic. They also sell cow dungs, you know, pig stools also. Pig stools, cocoa peat. There are a lot of varieties you can choose from, organic, non-organic.
Okay, so how long does it take for the green and the brown to break down into usable
In
compost?
fact, I have an area which is within the garden itself, where, you know, when the papaya tree, the leaf drop down, it goes exactly to the area. Then I put in some, you know, branches that I cut from the other trees and put it together. And then I mix the soil. I just leave it there for, let's say, about a week or so, you know. And then after that, as and when I need it, I will just use the soil to mix with my clay soil.
Nice.
And also, another one very useful is the eggshell. You notice some of the pictures, I have eggshells, you know. I didn't throw it away. So what we do is we pound it, and then you get the calcium from there. We pound it until quite fine, and then we just sprinkle on top. To fertilize, actually you don't have to do it daily. You cannot over fertilize. So I would take a look at the plant first, but usually it's about 1-2 weeks once, then I will do the fertilizing. And sometimes for flowering plant, I like to use the slow releasing fertilizer so that you don't kill the plant if too much is being released.
Yeah, I do agree with the eggshell. I have been, well, my husband and I have recently started using eggshell. We break them and put it on top of the soil. We have not seen the result yet, but I'll send him up for inspection tomorrow to take a look. I have a question from Angela. She wants to know where she can buy aluminum shell for raising plant pots on balcony from the shade to the sun, and then safe bending over to water and prune. So where can we get an aluminum shelf to help us to water easily and cut?
Actually, for most of the things that I use, I got it from Lazada.
Lazada, okay.
Lazada, or I got it from, you know, hardware shop sometimes. You know, some people use piping, you know, then they drill hole, then they put the thing to as potters. And you can also buy it from the gardens. The gardens, they sell a lot of accessories. You should go to Far East Flora, you know, Candy. There are many places you can search online also. Green Leaf, Green Spade, they also sell all the gardening equipments.
Yeah, good to know. The local nursery, floral shop, as well as online Lazada.
Correct.
Where we can get all our stuff. I have another question. This is from Chai Toon. Well, he wrote on the chat saying that he doesn't have the luxury of a garden and only have potted plants in his living room next to the windows. He may not have direct sun at certain times of the year. How does he know if his plants are short of sun? Very good question. Yeah.
I think when you see the leaf turning color, you know, sometimes you see that the leaf is not vibrant green, right?
Yeah.
And it's like turning yellowish or drooping down. These are signs that, you know, something is not right, either with the soil, sunlight, or water. So when I Google, I'm not a very experienced person, but when I Google, what I do is I will try, you know, to put it in a more shade, put it out. For me, I can do it. I put it out to a place where there's more sunlight. In other words, I rotate around, you know, the areas. Or you can use artificial light.
Artificial light.
Yeah, in other words, lightings, for some of the plants that they recommended some lightings.
What if the lighting is too harsh for the plant?
If you were to Google and ask the garden, they can recommend, the suitable type of lighting for the different variety of plants that you need. Not all plants need to be, in the glaring sun. Some plant you need, like orchids, cannot have too hot or too, much of sun. I place them under the shade, of the tree. So finally, I managed to get some flowering.
That's nice. Nice to know that. Ladies and gentlemen, do keep the questions coming in. Maybe I can just have one tip. Maybe you can give me one tip on how to look after um, birds of paradise plant. I cannot remember the name right now. Um,
Bird
the
of
orange,
paradise.
the orange
Yeah, there
looking
is a
plant.
plant called because I'm a floral designer, I
Mm.
use bird of paradise, very often for my ikebana. But unfortunately, I haven't tried on bird of paradise. But I suppose for flowering, there are certain, organic. If you want it organic, there are certain fertilizers, certain things you need to study, pH, the sunlight, how much they need. And I think for this type of plant, they are quite hardy. Our Singapore climate should be okay to plant it.
Okay. Well, I'm not too sure. My birds of paradise plant is dying. I'm not too sure
Oh,
whether it's
let
because
me
of
check
too
it
much
out for you.
sunlight
I
or
shall
not.
check out further for you
But the
for
thing
my
is,
gardening society.
thank you very much. But I'm not too sure whether I got the name correctly. But let me just check, and
Is
I
it
will
like
come.
a lily or is it really bird of paradise?
I cannot remember, but it looks like a bird of paradise
Maybe
to me.
what you can do is you WhatsApp me the picture, then I can tell you.
I'll do
I
that.
think I saw one question which is from Suzanne, right?
That's right. I was about to
Ah,
say that. Yeah.
okay.
What is your next big plan to expand and enhance your organic garden? Can you also share how you measure the pH level of the soil?
I actually have the initial tools, when I Google, there are certain tools that I need to have. If you visited my garden, you would have noticed there are some mini tools and one big spade, which I ordered, the white one, very useful. When I wanted to mix the soil with the compost, I used a big spade to dig, and when I wanted to plant, I used a big spade. But when for small potted plant, I use a mini one. So, these are the things that I use. For pH, I have a meter which I bought. I just dip it inside. It will tell me the reading. Usually is 6 to 6.5 pH. Most of the plants and flowers, this is the range. And if you use seeds, they also tell you behind in the packet what is the pH range, what are the conditions, how long it will mature, when it will start fruiting. So these are very, very useful information. For the second question on the plants, yes, I do think I have a big plan for my organic garden, because it's not just planting, I'm a floral designer. So to me, first thing I look at is it neat? Do you have walking space in my garden?
Mm.
So I find that I need to clear up to make way for this. And also, which place is better for planting what? After this trial run, I will move from there. I noticed that, like I have a beautiful wall that I can plant the long beans from the frontage, and it will just continue to grow until the back of it. That means I allow the plant to actually grow up and then downwards. So double reward, don't you think so?
Yes,
Because
it
the
is.
fruits will come from, sometimes I check the front, the beans grow in front and sometimes it's behind. Just make sure that the birds don't go and eat it or, So this is what I want to study. which area is best for what. I think for the long beans, for the green beans, or for, you know, anything that is climber that I want to take advantage of, or where I consume a lot, you know, where I consume a lot, my family consume a lot of bitter gourds, cucumber. These are very useful or very handy vegetables, right? So I'm plotting my garden to make use of it. And the other thing is vertical, how to take advantage of vertical planting. And I was looking at my wall. I want to really make good use of my outside wall, inside wall, and my kitchen wall. So I'm looking at this. And the other thing is I'm looking at how to make it beautiful. To be beautiful, I would like to have a rainbow color. In other words, to implement a color scheme, color harmony, and maybe pieces of arts. Like I did some pottery works and all that, so I can actually decorate to plant, you know, as planters, and recycling items, cans, bottles, and all that. So it becomes very educational as well. So looking at the aesthetic, and my dream is a heavenly rainbow garden that exude the colors, style, and then health. Because you look at the greens, you feel fresh, and you plant the all the herbs in between them. It helps to get rid of mosquito as well.
Well, excellent. Thank you very much for giving us insights on how to take care of our garden, or what are the things that we need to start planting our plants, and also tips and advice on how to take care of our plants better. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your participation in this question and answer session. I hope that Susan has comprehensively answered your questions on
It's my
how
pleasure to be here today, and thank you for helping to be MC of the day, as well as whoever is attending. And for the Q&A, it's my joy, like what I mentioned in the title, is a haven of joy. I really enjoy gardening and cooking. And just imagine, from the garden to the table, that's the next interesting topic.
Very well said, and we look forward to listening to your presentation. Well, once again, thank you very much for all your
Thank you,
participation in this
everybody.
question and answer session. We have now moved on to the evaluation and critique session. This is about 10 minutes, and in this session we will not only evaluate the speech but also on the technical delivery of the speech. We aim to help our speakers to perform at a much higher level, and honest and polite feedback is critical for improvement. I shall now open the floor for the critique and evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to give your feedback to Susan to help her to be a much better speaker. Angela, would you like to give your comment on how Susan can improve further in her speech delivery?
Yes, there was just, I think, one word I heard that could be improved, and that was, I thought she said compost, and I thought it should be compost. Compost.
Yes, correct.
Compost, not
compost. Oh, I see.
Post.
Yes.
Compost.
Good.
Apart from that,
Good learning.
All very good.
Thank you.
The one thing I would have liked at the end would have been where to go next, perhaps the name of a couple of garden centres, or a handout we could write to you for, or a blog you have, or where do we go next? You spoke very quickly and there was something I didn't catch. So where can I get the information? So maybe you could have a handout or
Angela, we do have a chat group on cooking and gardening. We can add you to that group. Yeah, there are plenty of people there. I think almost 30 people.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
all right.
Just
That's
like
where you learn everything there.
that's why I asked William also to join in. How about Angela? How about joining my group, chat group? I'm the
I'd love
administrator
to.
for that.
Yes, but I'm suggesting that your video should end with the
Some slide
website.
information, is it?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Yes, good point.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Angela. Anthony, would you like to give your comments on Susan's delivery and presentation?
Yes, thank you, Fleming. Yes, Susan, congratulations. I think that was a wonderful, excellent presentation. I really enjoyed your presentation just now, and then the coordination of the colors and etc. And immediately I recalled your background in flower arrangement, ikebana, and also the years in serenade,
yes,
serenade
right.
business. So it's a wonderful revisiting
Progression from there. Yes.
Yes, wonderful. I enjoyed it very much, and I'm sure you'll be scaling new heights. You know, like what you say about your wall, the rainbow wall. It's very inspiring. I'm going to do something about my parents' place too.
Correct. And we will bear more fruits. Next time we can have a tour instead. Instead of speaking, maybe you see live.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Anthony, for your encouraging feedback. What about William? William, would you like to give your comment on how Susan can improve on her presentation and delivery?
I think Susan has presented very well, especially with the video. So you can show how he actually planned the planting. Of course, if there is more in-depth technical explanation, that will be much better.
Yeah. In-depth technical explanation. Would you like to elaborate further on that?
Like for example, what type of plant you should do, how to take care so that it can grow faster or it can grow better.
My advice is join my gardening and cooking. You will get the answer straight away.
Yeah. There you have it. Well, thank you very much, William, for your question, and also for your comment on how she can improve on the elements that she can add in her presentation.
Okay. I think today's video presentation is quite a good one, the combination between Susan and Suzanne. But I like to talk about the delivery method. For us in Toastmasters, we always say, hey, when you deliver something, what you really want the audience to do. So if let's say the objective of that video presentation is to call for action type of approach, then I would suggest, since right now Singaporeans are given free of charge on all those NParks seats, right? Why not make a small video and guide how to plant those kangkong plants, those things that are offered by NParks. And if you do that, straight away you have a target audience for your video.
Yes,
so that's
what I said, all this will be in the chat group for gardening and this.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for your comment and your feedback to Susan's presentation.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Jimmy,
okay. One comment is that overall it's good. Only thing is that during the introduction, I think the introduction there's no introduction. Straight away there's a video. So if you can do some introduction of what is this all about, at least people understand a bit more. So just a 20-30 second introduction would be good. Then you launch your video. Because suddenly you launch your video, it's a bit abrupt to me. So it's good you introduce.
Maybe because I told Suzanne that Fleming is introducing me.
Oh no, yeah, correct. That one is introduction from the speak. Yes, that's correct. She introduced you, right? But your
Yeah.
side, when you are presenting, talking about your this video,
To
you need
add
to
it
say
on as
something.
well.
Say something about the video, where this happened, things like that. A little bit of intro
Yeah. Yeah.
for your
Well
video.
taken.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. This is well taken.
Thank you, Jimmy, for your insight. And what about Ching?
Oh, I want to ask Susan, what is your next project? What are you going to do in your next project?
My next project is actually cooking. End of the year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're going to show how to cook what is it called?
Hokkien recipes.
Hokkien recipes.
Yep.
Okay. So what
But
is
of course, you know, for the gardening part of it, I would like to do an update at a suitable time. I can either do it in my chat group or I can do it as a project, you know, on the progress stage. Because I'm going to do something to you know, plant new things and rotate new plants and add colors to it. So when I'm ready, I will let you all know.
Maybe you can share with us the process, you know, from the beginning, how you conceive this project. What really do you want to tell the people, and how do you see it's going
Actually,
to
I have a big message. That is following the MPAC. Everybody can, irrespective of where you stay, can do it. In other words, get the free seed from MPAC and start planting.
Oh, you're going to advertise. You're going to advertise for
Yes,
NPAP.
correct. Because it is
You're
a
going to
really
use
a very,
your
very
video
good. It's
to
a very, very good
market
hobby to
NPAP.
adopt. It is
I
a
started
very
from
good
there.
hobby to
I started
adopt.
from there.
Huh?
Yeah, just do it. You know.
That's good. Yeah, I like the idea. Just do it. Just like what my grandfather told me when I was a young teenage lady, the young teenage girl. When I asked him, where do you get all those energy from, even at the age of 70 plus? He says, just do it. And that has become my motto, just do it. And Suzanne, how about giving Susan your comment on how she could improve her presentation and delivery further?
Oh, okay, right. Actually, I'm consider myself part of the working team with Susan. Yeah, but as I said, I think as what Jimmy has shared just now, just before I present the video, it's good to give the audience a bit of an idea of what you want to share. Yeah, and then from there you move on.
I think the beginning and ending. Sorry for interrupting, Suzanne.
Ah.
Beginning, the intro, and ending action. Ending with action.
Yeah,
I think it ties in. That
so,
means,
right.
in other words, Chai Tun's action is also very good. The big intro and the action will be very neat.
Yeah.
No, I thought the video is good. I mean, you do want to sort of have attention catcher, and so you know Susan appeared and welcomed somebody into her garden. And then you know the message is actually the voiceover. The voiceover actually does the introduction already. So what this program is all about actually is to show you how to do your home garden. Right? And then you know, so the program talks about the 7 steps. So this pretty much very good presentation.
This is
you know, you show the seven parts, and then finally maybe the call for action is not so powerful. I don't know what was finally you're going to say. You seems to try to market for NPAC, but of course that is not what you said at the end. But I don't think your program should be marketing for NPAC. Your program should be marketing for yourself. You know, you want to make yourself media celebrity. So you know you're going to have your episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you know Susan Wong, the master or the guru of home garden.
No, from rookie to hero.
Yes, from rookie to professional. But yeah, so the next project you will be showing. I thought William said something, right? Not sufficient depth in certain things.
Yes,
sure. I mean,
there will be more depth.
So
More.
program episode 2, 3, 4. You are going to be driving into particular plant. Lemongrass. You name it. That sort of thing. Right? So you will have a series of programs under your name.
Good advertisement for me. This is a good groundbreaking
Well, that
session.
is what ASPS is all about.
Very good groundbreaking session, I would say. Very good learning experience.
One comment I have when I was watching the video, there's certain part when you were interviewed. Of course, it was capturing your side view. Of course, that I understand is one of the technique. But I somehow felt that it's like if you can see a little bit of your front, not totally the side. I think that may be better. Slightly adjust a bit. Because I felt that it was two side view. If I can see side plus the front, maybe better.
Maybe rotate some side.
Slightly,
some
because
front,
when I see the side, it's like I don't see you talking directly.
So yeah. The eye contact.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, good comment.
I'm not sure, in the way this is now being conceived. There's always voiceover, and so the voiceover, is really driving the message, and this Susan is just the example, the model. So try to, if she has got to look at the camera, then she would have to say something else and not the kind of messages she was supposed to be telling somebody something, or answering the somebody who sort of interviewed her. So I thought it was fair enough. And once you change the angle and say you want to look at the camera, then you change your script already. You cannot be doing the same script.
I think this is a style that has been taken on by some as seen in some shows, interview shows, where it's not directly at the camera. Actually, you actually see the person speaking from the side, like what Susan is doing. Yeah, so it's a way of angling, right? Yeah. And I just want to ask, in this video itself, right? Is the amount of voiceover okay, or do you find it too little, or it's just nice for everything to blend in?
Okay, Suzanne, Angela did mention that there should be some more details put in, like slides and all that, to give greater depth to certain explanation.
Right. Okay.
That means to include further details.
Depends on, I guess, your objective. If you're going to have the 6 minutes broadcast as kind of a teaser, this is only the beginning. All right. So
this is only the beginning.
Akan datang, you're going to have more to come. So science.
I give you a little bit at a time, lah. You don't take all, right?
So yeah, how much we want to go into, and this is very general, and say how to do a garden without any particular emphasis on any kind of plant. And I thought that was quite a good message already. It's done its job.
Thank you to all parties. A lot of parties involved, including Ching. Ching was at the filming together with us as well.
No, I was just the what they call that?
Calafe.
He was there. Yeah. Right.
Oh, thank you very much, everyone, for giving your feedback to Susan to help improve her presentation further, not just for this video series, but for other series that she has planned in store. I mean, not just Susan who has benefited from your feedback. Personally, me, as an observer listening to all the feedback, it has given me some ideas as to what speech, what message, what are the issues that I should be considering about when I craft my speech so that I can cater to everyone. And this is actually a very, very good learning session, having feedback from seniors like you to help us move further in our development. Give yourself
Thank
a round
you,
of
everybody.
applause. Yay!
We give ourselves a round of applause.
Well, thank you very much, Susan, for giving us a very
My
interesting
pleasure.
topic. Lots to learn, and I really enjoy watching the video you, Susan and Ching had made. Thank you once again. So to find out more about ASPS, please visit our website.
It's the right
And
direction.
for those who are interested in becoming members, drop us an email at aspspr@gmail.com. We will arrange a call to understand your needs and determine whether ASPS is the right fit for you after our conversation. With this, we have come to the end of our meeting. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you at our next meeting. Good night and see you